Guys, what's up? How's it going? It's John, and in this video I want to share some recommended new NES games for the NES. So if you have an NES, these are games you should definitely look to pick up. I use the term new fairly loosely in the sense that some of these games came out several years ago, but in the life of the NES, these are relatively new games for sure. I love the fact that new games are being supported for the NES. With the recent release of the NES Maker, which you're familiar with that, it's a device that makes it easier to program NES games. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I'm really excited to see what new games are going to come out for the NES through the NES Maker. But these are in no particular order, and I'll put links below to check them out. I also just want to say this, for as being personally a video game developer for years now through CollectorVision Games, we've done NES games, we've done other platforms. I can tell you, speaking from personal experience, I can really understand the difficulty of making new games for classic platforms. Not only just the marketing of it all, but just the programming and the production. It's really expensive, and it's a passion project. And these games definitely shine because you can tell you wouldn't even, if they were to come out in the 80s, early 90s, I mean, you wouldn't know that they're actually, quote, homebrew games. So not a huge fan of the term homebrew because I think it makes it sound cheap. I'm a big fan of more, say, like a new independent game for the NES, right? But first game I want to show you, and again, these are in no particular order, Super Bat Puncher. This is a demo stage still, and it's been, I guess, in development for several years. I got a cart version. You can play the demo now on their website. I'll put a link below. It's by MorphCat Games, and this is a really fun platformer. You basically punch bats, hence the title. But it's more than that. It's a co-op experience. So if you can put second player in, you can control the bird as well. It's very unique, very cool, fun graphics. It reminds me like almost a graphic style of like Little Samson. Just some of those classic, even some of the classic Capcom games. Definitely check it out. Super Bat Boy. I can't wait to see what else comes in store with this game when it finally does get released. The second game I want to show you is Legends of Ulia. This is an adventure game. It's been out for several years now. I believe it came out in 2014, so been out for a while. But it's an adventure game, similar in style of Legend of Zelda. If you ever played Willow for the NES, it's kind of like that. You control an owl, and there's basically, the story is very in-depth. The music really fits the game very well. Fun animation, fun graphics. I love just an immersive experience. That's what you get with this. This is available on InfiniteNESLives.com. I'll put a link below so you can check that out. But definitely Legends of Ulia. If you like adventure games like Legend of Zelda, this is one to check out. Next game on my list is Lizard. Simple name, but not a simple game by any stretch of imagination. I want to say thank you to Brad for sending me this. This is a unique copy. It's got my name in it, which is cool. Very surprised on just the quality of this game. There's 6 different lizards you can kind of control in the game. Each one has a different unique ability. One example of a lizard, he'll have like a boost that can jump a little higher. It's just a really fun game. Really expanse world that you can oversee. Cool map, and very cool. I like how they explain how like the controls work, and it's all just kind of connected there. Again, this is also available at InfiniteNESLives.com. So check out Lizard. Cool, comes with a cool box done in this old school style as well. So kudos to Brad for making this game happen, and thank you again, Brad, for sending me this copy. Check out. I'm glad I did. This is next game I want to recommend is Haunted Halloween 85. They also have a sequel, Haunted Halloween 86, with updated attack moves. This is a beat 'em up game, all set in this kind of style on Halloween. So I love there's actually no hit damage. When you get hit, you turn a little bit more green and eventually turn into a zombie. Really funny. The protagonist in this wears a Pittsburgh Pirates hat, which I think is funny because the company is out of Pittsburgh. I think it's very clever. I've met these guys, Tim and the whole crew. Super nice guys. I can't recommend this game enough. It's also available on Xbox One as well as Steam, so it is available for multiple platforms. I know they plan on publishing it more for other platforms as well. But definitely it's cool to play on the NES. It is available on the Famicom. They do have a Famicom version port of it. Really cool that they're keeping this series alive. I'd love to see maybe a third one, Haunted Halloween 87. That'd be awesome. But if you like classic beat 'em ups, Haunted Halloween 85 is one to check out. Next one on my list is called Log Jammers. This is by a company called Mega Cat Studios. They've made a handful of classic games for NES and Genesis and all that great stuff. Really cool cartridge, kind of a transparent green. This is a sports game. It's kind of like the goal is to basically get the axe past your opponent. It is up to 2 player at a time, so you can play 2 player on this thing. There's tournaments, there's expeditions, there's different characters, different levels, different stages. Really fun, really addictive game. I find it kind of challenging because the computer goes really fast, but that kind of what makes this game fun. I could see how it'd be really fun to do like a tournament thing with this. So Logjammers by Mega Cat Studios is a really fun game. The next game on my list is called Larry and a Long Look for a Luscious Lover. Say that 3 times fast, right? Basically what this is available on Retro USB. Kudos to Con Games for doing this game. This is a Leisure Suit Larry port, the original Leisure Suit Larry. Never saw the light of day on the classic NES, any home system really other than computer. And it's a great port, but also not only that, but he's updated the music in it. It's pretty fun game, absolutely hilarious. Love the humor of Leisure Suit Larry. If you've ever played any of the Leisure Suit Larry games, this is one to own for the NES, absolutely, because it's just a fun point and click game. And frankly, there aren't enough good point and click games for the NES, so it's really cool to see this game come out. I love the fact that Larry kind of lives on through this game. It's great to see. This game, Super Mario Brothers 3 Mix. I picked this up on Etsy, which is a great site for homebrew games. What this is actually a ROM hack of Super Mario Brothers 3, which is my favorite NES game of all time. But this is a love letter. I'm not sure who did this, but this is a love letter to Super Mario Brothers games. Not only is it take samples of Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, it also takes the Game Boy games, which is awesome. So you can play as the Bunny Mario from Super Mario Lost Coins 2, which is Game Boy obviously. There are characters from Mario Land 1 in this game. Yoshi is in this game as a playable character on the NES, which is really sweet. The only downfall about this game is basically there's some slowdown. So when you're playing the game, there's a couple slowdown. There's a penguin suit, which is sweet, kind of unique to see. Love it, very unique. They've added some midpoint check levels. They've added this kind of new dynamic where you have to collect these 3 coins in the game. Basically, each level has 3 coins. That's not in Mario 3. Also different is you jump on the pole like in Mario 1 opposed to hit the box like in Mario 3 to end each level. Nonetheless, you can play also as Mario, Luigi, and Toad, which is very unique, and each one has different controls. If you like Super Mario Brothers, which I'm assuming most of you guys do, if you're a fan of Nintendo games, this is definitely one to check out. Super Mario Brothers 3 Mix. Next game on my list is Justice Duel, and this is also by Mad Cat Studios. I'll show you. It comes with a cool box, and it's a white cart, which is awesome. And what this is kind of like reminds me of Joust. You can play up to 4 players at a time, which is unique and awesome. And this is just a combative single screen game. So you ride an eagle, not an ostrich in this case, and you have like a projector weapon, and your goal is to kill all enemies on the screen, kind of like Joust, except for in Joust you have to hit the top of them. This one you don't, you have to shoot them. But playing 4 player, I have not played 4 player on this game yet, but I can imagine it's a lot of fun. Really gets progressively more difficult. Justice Duel by Mega Cat Studio is a game that I think is going to be a lot of fun for multiple players for sure. Little Medusa is another game by Mad Cat Studios. I want to shout out. This is a game that it's basically a puzzle game. You play as Medusa. It's a single screen game, kind of like Bubble Bobble. You have your enemies, you turn to stone, and you have to throw your enemies and turn into like a platform. And the goal on each screen is to collect all the stars. So you got a kind of difficult thing about another, again, a white cartridge, which is sweet. But what's difficult about this game is you have to control kind of where you basically freeze your enemies in the stone, because you can't really push them. You have to like throw them essentially. So there's some challenges. There's some strategy to this. So if you like puzzle games, this is one to check out. It's called Little Medusa. Last game on my list, but definitely not last, is Reggie's Radical Adventures. And what this is a hack of a game called, it's by Jalico. It came out for the Famicom. Never reached North America for the NES, but Ninja Jumaru, I'm butchering that. But anyway, bishopbrothers.com is where you can get this. This is kind of a cool set here. You can see the cart is in purple, which is sweet. So this is kind of a limited edition cart. But this is based obviously on Reggie, and he's got a fantastic channel here on YouTube. This is a platformer, different, kind of unique. You have this pogo stick that you can jump on. At first, initially I thought it was his penis, but I soon realized it was not his penis. It was a pogo stick to jump on. And he's got this kind of running jump start thing that you can do to jump. You can sprint. You can see there on the cover he's got some kind of like mallet or something that he uses to kill enemies. Really fun game, fun graphics, great sound. Surprised that this game, the original game never came out for NES, so really glad that this game came out. If you're a fan of Radical Reggie, show here on YouTube, definitely support him, pick up a copy. And these Bishop Brothers games, high quality games, high quality hacks. That is my list of 10 new NES games to check out. If I missed something, please let me know. Leave a comment below. Maybe there's a game that you recommend, maybe like me to check out or others to check out. Please leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for subscribing. That means a lot. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. And of course, game on.